What's going on, y'all? Let me get this chat up for y'all real quick. We up in here. What's going on, y'all? All right, let me mute this. Let me get this. All right, what's going on, y'all? Shout out to everybody up in here. Let me mute this. Let me get this. All right. My fault, y'all. Let me just get this connected and muted so everything is straight. I can see the chat. Shout out to X Control always. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Man, I've seen so many crash outs from kids to casting in Philadelphia. I just seen one where they lit off like 87 shots in Philadelphia today. So this is the reason why we haven't, you know what I'm saying? We having a lot of these from our hood to y'all, you know what I'm saying? So we could show y'all what's going on around the world. And it's like you could say it is an explanation to the kids of what not to do. That's the reality. It's an explanation for the kids for what not to do. So what's going on, y'all? You guys got anything to talk about? I see only a couple people up in here right now. Hit that like button for Trenches. And we're gonna talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. A lot of stuff going on. We know about the straight drop situation going on right now. We were talking about that yesterday. What do you mean? What happened with the crash house? They still coming out. We're doing it in a way where we can make these things like pure series, like episodes, kind of like a show, in a way where we got all this stuff coming up where it's going to be categorized, and so you'll have in the morning time you'll have the crash out stories, and then you'll have a story from Swiper in the midday talking about whichever block that he's talking about that day. And then in the night, it may not be every day, but most days you'll have like from our hood to yours, where we could talk and we can interact amongst the comments, and we just talk about things that are happening throughout the day, or what happened within the last week or the last day. Yeah, he did. He put out, I think it's called Stepped On, something like that. Like this is what we was talking about. Like how can a person do something really that? Man, he went all out. He straight backdoored him pretty much. They tried to put him on because Key Glock put him on. I mean, Key Glock put him on, and then you see what happened, man. People are clout chasing. And so then on top of that, not only did they make that music video, they made lives, you know what I'm saying, where they were calling each other out. And so you say, oh, why are you talking about it then? Because it's well known. This is why they're on them right now. Saying nothing new. Yeah. Nueva York. Tech money. Word. And it reminds me a lot about the stuff that's going on with K Flock, the stuff that's going on. Like, did y'all hear about what happened in New York? They straight picked up 17 people, straight 17. Kind of, they're doing it like the RICO Act now, where it's like they're gonna come for the shooters and for the people that are doing the drill, and they're really looking to get the so-called killers. You know what I mean? But anybody who's associated around that is gonna get taken out. It's gonna get taken out. Meaning that they will go in according to that RICO, because what the feds do is that they'll be slicking that they'll for about 2 years, 3 years. Yeah, X Control it's like that. So they'll wait on you for 2-3 years, and then when they see that they got you know what I'm saying, they got that real deal case on you, you're going away. Yeah, Tech money, no doubt about it. So New York is number one for gang indictments. Yeah, it's not like Chicago where just certain cameras work, certain cameras don't work. Chicago, I mean, in New York, you got to be careful. You don't want to live that type of life in New York, because by the time you do a crime, they're gonna follow you with the cameras to wherever you went. That's a fact. You know what I mean? You got to be real. I mean, COVID helps people in a way because you kind of can be masked up, and that's one of the disadvantages of people being masked up like this. And a lot of people take advantage of that. You know what I mean? So you have you may not have the upscale of murder, so to speak, but you'll have a lot more armed robberies. You'll have a lot more petty theft. You'll have a lot more bullying, things where people think that they can get away with it just because they got their mask on. You know what I mean? I said Tech Money said that he did 3 years in Rikers Island. Yeah, rest in peace to my boy Jet Brillante. He did a nice stint in Rikers, and we have a lot of stories from there. Straight out, New York don't play them games with the pistols in that city either. And then, but they don't. They also don't play them games when you get caught with that. You know what I mean? They'll charge you for every bullet. So you have to be careful out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely. COVID opened up the doors for not some crimes, many, many, many crimes. Many crimes. Definitely. And that's why you see a lot of this stuff happening everywhere because people, you know what I mean? And so if you can only see this, um, yeah, it's a bad day for some people. So that's why, I'm like the person that I'll give you the news, I'll tell you what's going on around the world, but then I have to give you the food of the mind too, because it's like we can get caught up and we become addicted to the drill life. You know what I mean? You get addicted to wanting to see death, faces of death. You want to see the cartel videos on Reddit. So there's a lot of things that we know that we're emotionally sick in a way, but we kind of get numbed out and we justify a lot of the things that we do. Porque la música, it's like the music takes you over in a way, this has been the case for a long time. I can remember me growing up when I listened to Mobb Deep and when I listened to the Lox and when I listened to Dipset and when I listened to some of them groups back then. You know what I mean? Man, I would hear there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. I'd be ready to like take over the world. Seriously, it's how it is. And same thing in New York with the 22G. Steppers get stepped on. You want to get ready, right? They get wild over this stuff. Pop Smoke, especially. So you have the Cho and the Wu beef because of that, because of the music. You know what I'm saying? So we haven't learned how to express ourselves in a way that is not aggressive. You know what I mean? And you always can have self-defense. You always can protect yourself. And that's why we were talking about open carry in the last live, because it's a right as a citizen that you legally can be. You can have a firearm to protect your family. And it's only because of what we've seen. You know what I mean? It's only because of that. Let me read some of these comments real quick. Yeah, the straight drop situation is like when you have a friend and he's like your bestie, and then he has a friend which you don't really know, but you cool with him because it's like, this is my best friend and he's cool with him, but you don't really know the situation. You know what I mean? You don't know the situation with that dude. And so that's kind of what happened. He was able to sneak in the door, get cool with them, get put on in a way, because he actually was trying to say that he was the first Pooh Shiesty. Like he was trying to say that his style, he did that style first. You know what I mean? And that Pooh Shiesty kind of came and bit off of that in a way. Do the research. This is what he said. Yeah, South Bronx Tech. South Bronx. Webster Avenue. Right there by Fordham, where you have the Santeria spot. Right there on the right, you'll have the Santeria store. And then if you take that left, you go down near Fordham, where you have the Cricket store and you have all the little shops right there. Yeah. And there's a lot of Haitian restaurants right on that street, right now at least. And then right across there, you have the Boricua, or you could say Mexicano Boricua Supermercado, the supermarket. And then if you take that, so if you go into the supermarket and you take that and you keep going straight, that's where the train tracks are, where you can go take that right and get to the Bronx. Yeah, you can get to the Bronx Zoo actually, if you really wanted to. You can actually walk it if you were being, if you had some courage. You know what I'm saying? Like you could walk that joint, but you gotta be careful. There ain't no joke in South Bronx at all. Yeah, I've been all over the place, Tech. I've been to Springfield, Massachusetts, to Hartford, because I was, doing my thing back in the days, straight. And so we were doing a thing between Hartford and Worcester, Massachusetts, and Nueva York. We did some work in, man, New Jersey, all over the place, bro. Anywhere that Northeast, I put in work up there, you know. And I did time too. Unfortunately, uh, the feds came and tried to scoop me up, straight up. Tech. I have some stories. I shared some pictures of. We had a unification. The Latin Kings. We had a unification meeting with the vice lords and the GDs in our city, and we were able to unite. Yeah, that was like un momento bien, man, grandioso. Gracias a Dios. It was like to this day, I'm cool with them. You know what I'm saying? Like Swiper is the first time I really got to become acquainted with a BD. You know what I mean? Because up north, there's not too many. You know, we deal with other gangs, more street gangs, and then you'll have the folks, and you know what I'm saying? And so in Hartford, Connecticut, and in Springfield, and in New York, and in Worcester too. Worcester gets down, bro. If you never heard about Worcester, Massachusetts is a city that, man, you gotta be careful, bro, for real. And that's the city that it was actually mentioned in that movie, The Departed, with I think it was Leonardo DiCaprio and the other dude. Yeah, that city. They said don't even go down to Worcester. They tell the state troopers because the mafioso got that on on lock. Yeah, and down south, yeah, we don't have to worry about that. 803 Uch. Yeah, down south is more Latino gangs. A lot of Latino gangs like the MS-13, the Lion Kings. The Solidos is more East Coast, but they be trying sometimes. No me gusto, de verdad. But yeah, they're like demons. They remind me of certain crews in Atlanta that they're just straight savages, bro. So, si quieres un problema, vamos. De verdad, can't stand it. Um, but for the other ones, like the GDs and the vice lords and the now the BDs, we're gonna get all clicked up, and so that's what I'm trying to do in Chicago. And so that's why I be careful with what I say about certain artists, only for the reason that I'm trying to like bring a unification amongst all these artists, and so they can just all get paid instead of disrespecting and killing each other because de verdad they're talented, bro. I believe that the black man is the most talented creation in all of the universe from Allah, from God, right? And it doesn't mean I believe that they're God and the white man is the devil and all that type of stuff. I don't. That's crazy to me. Pero if you look at the fact, the black man is the greatest creation on earth, right? Then behind that comes to like the nativos or the natives of this land, even before, and there was even African tribes in this land before um, Columbus, but we won't even go there right now. But so those will be a close second: the nativos, the Boricua, the Dominicanos. And I'm sorry if I say this as a Latino, pero de verdad, they have more talent than us, and so we should work together as un unito, like a group, un grupo, to become like super powerful, like we did back in the days. I remember when the LKs were even down with the Black P Stones and the Black Rangers, and we did a lot of good work. I mean, it reminded me of when the Vice Lords, I'm not the Vice Lords, when the Young Lords, the Boricuas in Nueva York, when they were joined up with the Black Panthers and they went to the Statue of Liberty and put the flag. You know what I mean? They put the flag. Whoever knows that, they know. The Young Lords were on point, and they got accused of being a terror organization the same way that the Panthers got accused of being a terror organization. And it gets real deep. I'm a history teacher, so forgive me at times. I'm long-winded. Pero it's like they had something that they created called the COINTELPRO. And so what the COINTELPRO is that you had straight snitches, like you have right now, would come and they'd be afraid of going to jail for a long time or for just being suckers. Or some of them did it for nothing, just to be haters. And they snitched on what they perceived as being threats to the community. You know what I mean? Like armed people protecting the neighborhood. And they actually, even in Philadelphia, they actually bombed us. Straight up, they bombed us from the air. One of the first times ever in America, that blacks and Latinos were bombed in America, and they did that in Philadelphia. Look it up. Straight up. X Control, to switch subjects real quick, he said that Brooklyn music is better than the Bronx. If you're talking about currently, I would agree with you. And if you're talking about hip hop historically, Bronx created it. So any sound that comes out of anywhere is coming from the Bronx. Even a real or Queensbridge. You can have a difference of opinion. You know what I mean? Over which one, if you want to go real deep into history, over which one started first. So it's between the Bronx and some say Queensbridge, but I say the Bronx because there's more proof for that. You know what I mean? There's more proof of that. And so that's why you would see back in the days, you have the Rocksteady crew, you'd have the Boricua break dancers, you know what I'm saying? Like I could break to this day, head spins, windmill, everything, the flips, all of that. I'm gonna have to show y'all one day. But yeah, we came up like that, more in a graffiti. Like I could do top to bottom pieces with the Krylon, with the gifs and all the different pro tips and all that. Yeah, we be getting down. I used to get down. Um, yeah, who in here remembers a graffiti website that was called Wild Style? Some of y'all probably too young, but there was something called Wild Style, and they used to have videos, and they would show you how to do graffiti, and you would have to go to Soho, like the part with the patos. You have to go over there to get the caps. The only place we would go from all over the country to this place in Soho in Manhattan to get these GIFs. Graffiti caps, Krylon caps, in order to do our thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it was so beautiful. So beautiful. We hit the train station. I remember one time me and my boy, I had just done a throw up because throw up is different than peace. A throw up is more like bubble letters. So I did a throw up with an exclamation point, and I looked to the side. I seen Fife. These guys was coming, right? So I'm running pitch black straight underneath the tunnel, and my boy, I hear a crashing. My boy, here he goes. Un boricua también, pero él no re, but he was my friend. And so we started running. I hear him fall. His shoes going flying everywhere. This cat is going mad slow. I'm gone. Like Usain, gone. I look back. I have to come back to this dude. I see the cops with the flashlights coming up on us. He finally gets up. I come up that wall. I'm running. I jumped up this wall, like literally like 15 feet, like Spider-Man. Jumped up that wall, son. And we was gone. That's just, I'm sorry, y'all. It's just memories. You know what I mean? Because I was a person that was like, I used to chill with a lot of different crews, not just the Rez, you know, not just the Latino, the Kings. You know what I mean? And so I would do that for business, and to like now, I always try to be a person that unifies us. Like if I was to see a person that he was getting stomped out, and I knew that his life was like right there, I would save him. Straight up, I would save him. You know what I mean? And they would get mad at me sometimes, like, "Hey, he didn't sleep with your wife." Like this one dude, man, his name was Gigolo. Shout out to Gigolo. Yeah, he in Mass right now in Massachusetts. But he let another king come in his house, bro, from jail. Let him stay there. He would go to the work, and he was smashing his girl while he was home. While he was at work. So we went and acted like somebody else was about to get a green light. And a green light is when you're about to take somebody out, at least in a Latino gang. So he's pumped up too, like, yeah, let's go get him. Blah, 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 blah. So we go and we walk, and we like 7, 8 deep at least. And so we get up to this park where there's like a soccer field. Yo, I swear, as soon as he entered the forest, bro, he knew it was on. He knew that it was his ass. That was like something. Allah put something in him that he knew. Like, damn, son. Yo, my boy Gigolo took a like, and this is back in the days. Like the vodka bottle now are like plastic. You know what I mean? But back in the days, they were hard, like straight glass. Yo, he threw that joint at him. I could hear it whistling, like, woo! Hit that, boom! Like, damn, son. Yo, he dropped to the floor and did like a fetal position. Yo, all 6 of them. I got in a couple blows, you know what I mean? But they was like, dang, 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 dang. Son, yo, he was on the verge of death. And so I get Jiggle off of him. I'm like, yo, son, yo, you're going to go to jail forever. Like, fuck that. You slept with my wife. Like, I could understand. That's why I try to tell y'all. I'm going to stop that story to tell y'all this. I truly understand. I grew up like this. Right? I truly understand the frustration of when people do stuff to you, or when you're broke, when you're trying, and you could just do one little thing wrong at work, and they fire you for nothing. And so now you're back on the street. You're like, damn, I don't know what to do. Believe me, I understand. What, like, everybody be doing what they do, even to the point of petty thefts. And people hate me for that. Like other civil leaders, you could say, or humanitarian people, they don't like me because they think that I'm too understanding of us, of y'all, and me. You know what I'm saying? And they say, "Oh, but you just justify what they do." It's not a justification of what anybody or any of y'all are doing, but it's a fact that we grew up in a country that has forgot about us. Keeping it real, they forgot about us. They don't give us the jobs that we need, and people can say, "Oh, but you don't try." That's not true. Out of 100,000 people, there'll be maybe 500 of us that are able to. It's like Squid Games, straight up. It's like an obstacle course. I mean, wipe out when you. It's just impossible. Like, how the hell am I gonna get over that? You know what I mean? So that's what a lot of us are faced with, and then some of us have the superstar talent that we get out of it, but not all of us are superstars. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the reality, bro. I don't know. Let me look at some of these. Man, I be getting down sometimes because I see our talent out here and how we're the most talented people in the world, and we just drilling and stuff. Like talking about our hoes ain't nothing. I only want to get head. Like, man, how can you ever grow like that? Internally, you'll never grow. You'll be psychotic, straight up. Shout out to Chef G, free Chef G. I like Chef G. Chef G is a rapper that, I mean, he sound like he copied a couple of styles and threw them together. You know what I mean? But he one of the best in New York right now. He definitely one of the best in New York right now. No doubt about it. Man, I wish more people would listen to the positive message at times, man, because I know that we want to hear about craziness, but there's times that you have to look at it like this. There's times that you can eat snacks all day, but there is going to be a time, son, that you need a full course meal, that you need to put some vitamin C in your body. You need to have supplements or something, bro, for your soul. Because listening to this music every day, plus watching the faces of death, plus being frustrated, plus being broke equals swipe a crash out. That's what it equals. Swipe a crash out. Facts. And like Tech Money said, number New York. I know a lot about New York, from the Atlantic Ave to the Fultons to all of it. They are number one, bro. Like in straight match, what we say in Arabic, majnoon, or in Espanol, da loco, right? New York is even worse than Chicago at times. In the overall scheme of things, in the drill scene, no way. No way. Because that's one thing I wanted to talk about too. Chicago is a place where they'll try to say that there's no inherited wars, right? But what I mean by when somebody inherits a war, it means that your dad was beefing with his dad, and his grandfather was beefing with his grandfather. How was that not? How did you not inherit that beef? That's why I say KTS. I respect y'all. They know it's true. KTS inherited a lot of their beef. They wild, no doubt about it, and they get busy at times. You know what I mean? Allegedly, pero they inherited their beef. They inherited their beef. And it's not only like that in Chicago. It's like that in a lot of places. A lot of us, the phrase, we inherited our beef. You think that a 16-year-old right now really knows what a solido is? You think so? I highly doubt it. All they know is that these cats is our enemies. That's it. That's all they know right now. But in the root of that, you know what I'm saying? These are beefs that were handed down. They were handed down. Someone said Chef copy Pop. I noticed a lot of New York artists sound like Pop. Now, yeah, we talked about that, like Dusty Locane. We call Dusty the great value version of Pop Smoke. You know what I mean? If you go to Walmart or whatever, you got the generic brand. That's Dusty Locane. Straight up. Straight up. Like, how you gonna sound exactly? How you gonna sound exactly like him? Like, it makes no sense on everything. But he's your cousin or whatever. Even his brother put him out. Y'all, all these. You've seen the videos. Pop's brother put this cat out in a precise way, in a very verbal, grammatical, poetic, poetic type of way. He straight destroyed his career. But now you have clowns like, I won't name names, but you have clowns featuring him on the songs, talking about, yeah, this is my boy. Like, son, whole style, but people eat it up though. It's true. Like you have permission. Like say if you was in the locks sound a lot alike, but Styles P got his own style. Jada has his own style. Sheik has his own style. You know what I mean? But if you got a group like the Wu, so for example, and you got Pop Smoke, rest in peace, if he was still here, then you got Dusty Locane, and then you got all his other artists that sound just alike. Like it's straight nonsense. That's like merching off your homie. He's merching off his homie, off his cousin. That's worse. You merching off your cousin, bro. Man, I've never earned anything off of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it doesn't mean that it's bad to try to make a business out of it and stuff like that, but you can't merch on people. You can't merch on your homie. You can't do that at all, ever. Yeah, of course the style. The style was straight classic. That's why Pop came out with a style that was classic. If you listen to 42 Bulldog, if you listen to his Meet the Woo, the first one, forget about second, third, fourth, fifth. The first Meet the Woo is going to be a classic album of all time. It's up there with the Tupac's. It's up with the Tupac's and the Biggies. It's not hating. How am I hating on a person that took somebody's style? Literally 100%. The person is rolling in his grave listening to it. And then you're going to roll with that? You know what I mean? Come on, son. That makes no sense. Makes no sense. At all. And y'all are cool with this. This is what I'm saying. Like, they cool with this. Like, you could just take some. He could die. Nah, bump it. Just take his style. Just sound exactly the same. And just do it. You sure? Yeah. All right, I got that. Look it up, boots. Like, son. Yo, matter of fact, I would get Sim Santana right now to come with flexing and flashing and just shogun them all. Just shogun them all. Take them all out. All this garbage. Straight garbage. Yeah, Rico, I understand, and I'm not hating on them. I'm showing something. I'm showing something, an historical fact within the hip hop community that it's not allowed to take. King's son is a perfect example. He had his own following and stuff like that. But those who truly know about hip hop know that he sound like Rakim. You know what I mean? He sound like Rakim. Come on now. Shine sounded like Big, and that's why nobody bumps Shine. I'm from the area. Ain't nobody bump Shine. They put Shine on, but because he sounded like Big, he had that one song where he was like boom, boom, boom. When it had that beat, that was high. I'm not gonna lie. And Rolling is alright. Rolling is alright. So it's not about it's not about the talent aspect of it. It's that you can't take. It's copyright infringement. You know what I mean? I look like Boss Truck Brother about to come on here soon. Word. Shout out to him. What's going on, Brody? Can you hear me?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's going on? Welcome to Trenches News. How's everything on your side?
Man, it's good. It's good. No, trying what I can do.
Word. Well, we heard some Swiper be telling me some stories that he used to go through. And you got any of your own that you would like to share with us? It don't have to be anything about anything that would get you put bye. You know what I mean? Just about just about Chicago in general and about living here and growing up in this vibe.
Living here, to me, it ain't all bad because this is like where I'm from. I'm raised in Chicago, so I'm really like used to everything that's going on. It's really a lot. You know, you gotta ask me some questions to see what you really want to know.
No. I know. That's right. But what I usually ask is that I ask first of all, I ask how school life was for you growing up because that shapes us as kids of how we gonna act and interact with others in the street. And so we start off with how did it feel when you grew up with some of your friends and then growing up later in life, y'all end up kind of bumping heads with each other. A lot of us went through that where sometimes we have friends and we growing up and then you know what I mean, things happen and then you guys don't see eye to eye. Has that ever happened to you? Like, how do you feel about that?
Nah, my whole high school year, I was in prison.
Oh, okay.
I did 5 years straight.
Where maybe I grew up different because I know at least because I'm a little bit older. I'm past 40 a little bit, so I know when we was growing up, maybe that was because it was the beginning of everything. We used to always go at it with people that we would be in actual school with after we graduated. So that's why I was asking those
Nah,
questions real quick.
nah, yeah, I ain't had that type of experience. I did my whole high school year in jail.
Yeah, and me, I'm a historian in general. I'm not just a so-called drill historian, and so I study the different. You can't say characters. I would never say that, but the different personalities within the game. And your brother is a legend. You know what I'm saying? Like not on everything, he's a legend to us. Even in New York, even in Massachusetts, anywhere that you will go, your brother is a legend. So how, man, how did he influence you? Like, can you tell us some stuff about you guys being together?
Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna like how he became. He wasn't never like how he was at first. He was a hooper and all that shit. He was trying to do a little rapping shit. He was trying to do a little shit. But see, you go to a different area. That's when all the war shit going on. You got no choice but to get in it.
Yeah, and do you think our kids go through that because they more chasing for clout to be the biggest name out there, or do you think it's mostly about money?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. It's supposed to be about clout out here. Everybody want a name.
Yeah, I
Niggas
think
don't
so
care
too.
about the money right now.
Word, word. And we know that I heard and I've seen actually some of your brother's Trell's videos where he was really engaged in how could I say? Like me, I like to study Sun Tzu, The Art of War. I like to study different manuals, military manuals that even countries today. And I heard that he did the same. Can you tell us anything about that? Like that he was into the arts, like martial arts. He was
Oh
into.
yeah, he was doing martial arts. He did a little boxing. What else? He act like he was a little sport. He was like he did like a lot of sports though for sure. That's one
Word,
thing he did.
word.
His
And I
favorite thing
noticed
though,
that. My fault.
he loved cars for sure. He really loved that. You just draw all type of cars he wanted.
Oh, word. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Word. That's what's up. I know that he loved martial arts, and I'm like that too because I love. That's why I'm always talking about the Shogun and the Shogun's assassin, and it seemed like he lived that his life like that. Like he was a real protecting person. You know what I mean? Like he was a person that he would go all out, even when he was on crutches. I remember one instance when he was on crutches, and there was some beef that had came to his area, and he went all out, even on crutches, bro. Your brother is a legend, bro. I love him. I just
Yeah,
want to.
he got ran over by the police.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, he got ran over by the police, and he's still out there when people wasn't. You know what I mean? When certain individuals would come through, you know what I mean, and just try to be walking down the street on some hard stuff. Your brother was, man. He's rest in peace, bro. He wasn't with that nonsense. I respect him for that,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, he had to protect his niggas, protect his
Yeah,
friends.
yeah. Many times, many times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he ain't let that list stop the little crutches stuff stop him at all.
Nah, it's because a lot of it is like you said. A lot of it was for clout. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
right now
he wasn't really. Yeah, go ahead. My fault.
they got all the rumors right now talking about King Von and T. Roy killed him. Them all false rumors.
Yeah, that's cap. I know that. Yeah, but the thing is that sometimes I think that we can see something on the internet. You know what I mean? And people that are misinformed or that they don't dig into history like that, like me, I have to because I'm a history teacher like that. Like I'm a person that I have to verify the fact before I bring it to you. But some people are not like that out here. They'll just look at it online and they'll see a Chicago scene 88 story. They'll try to bullet point it and then come out with their own joint. And that's what they try to do to your brother. So we're not gonna let that happen. Straight
Yeah,
up.
that's all they trying to do. Everybody trying to get clout on their YouTube. Trying, that's all they really doing, getting clout on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I got so much stuff to ask, but I'm a respectful person. You know what I mean? So I even though a person is already passed, rest in peace, may Allah give him paradise. there's certain things I just can't ask you. So can you share? Can you share a memory that you have of him growing up? You know what I'm saying, and giving you a life lesson. Can you give us a time when he might give you a life lesson?
Oh yeah. Hey, it was one time. It was one time. We was out there on C30 St. Lawrence, and I'm not from over there. I'm from Jeffrey Manor, so I'm out there, not knowing what's really going on. So before I came out there, he told me, he bet this not the life you want to live. You want to live way better life than this life out here. But I think he's just talking. Until like a couple of days I've been out there and something happened. And he said, I told you this ain't the life you want. I told you should have just stayed out there. He said, man, this life out here only gonna get things worse. So then he was trying to tell me I should just move back to my granny crib.
Yeah. So why do you think that people are lying on him like this, bro? Keeping it real.
They lied on him because they want clout. So they know who he is. They know he got a name. So if you talk about him, they try to get money off of him. See, nobody know who killed him. So everybody's trying to throw names out there. That's all they want, just throwing names.
Yeah, because they think that they think by doing something sick like that their bottom line is going to rise up and they're going to make money off of that. That's why I'm saying merchant.
Yeah, O Block never sent no shots at him.
So we're gonna have to.
Chasing never did nothing.
Okay, cool. I want to address something real quick. It'll be uncomfortable a little bit, but we heard what Hood had said. You know what I'm saying? I know that you had wanted to address that. So here's your time to address that if you can, please, to clarify things.
King Von, T. Roy, nobody from O Block, nobody from Woodline area shot and killed my brother.
All right.
King Von
you heard it there, y'all.
KI.
You heard it there, everybody. And I have to, every now and then, no disrespect, I have to look at these comments, and we got to see what's going on in here. Boss Joe doesn't have unreleased music. He wasn't a rap artist, really. He was the muscle, straight up, allegedly.
That's what he was, the muscle.
Straight up. Everybody knew that one. But once Boss Joe was in the house, y'all better not even come around for real if you want some nonsense.
Nah, he's really the security for 63rd.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I'm saying. Not only though, I wanna praise him just for a minute, straight up. Yeah, he was a person that he's a military genius. Like if he was in the actual army or in the National Guard or something like that, he would have won awards. Because he knew how to do everything, like to put different toys together. He knew how to take toys apart. He know how to do so many things that we man, these things are talents. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes when we good. Can you hear me?
Hold on, my mic.
It's all good. Yeah, man, you heard it from him. Yeah, this is his own brother. So I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to everybody out there. Yeah, come on, y'all gotta ask these questions too. I'm coming off the top. Yeah, we don't yeah, we're not gonna go there. Yeah, that's not 212. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, that's my mic my phone tweaking.
No, that's all good. But like I was saying, that Boss TRELL, rest in peace to him. May Allah give him paradise. Was a person that he was a military genius. That's what I was trying to tell you. And that if he was in an actual army type thing, he would get awards. You know what I'm saying? Like he was that great in what he did. And I think that a lot of people, especially overseas, they want to look at the child warriors in Africa or in Central America, South America. But here in Chicago, we have child warriors as well. You know what I'm saying? Like all these kids are mad young teenagers, and man.
Yeah, at the young age, that's where everybody trying to have fun at. They think that's what it's cool at.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to go off of that. I wanted to ask you, how was St. Lawrence like when he was there? Was it popping like you? Like, could we make a movie out of it? Like they be saying?
Oh yeah, St. Lawrence. Yeah, you can make a movie out that.
Yeah, I
I ain't
want to
gonna,
see. I
that
want
was
to
really
hear about that.
the best days.
Yeah, can we hear some stories from there?
I ain't like St. Lawrence. That's really, that's really a war, like a war zone over there. I was over there a couple times on a couple of shit. You can't really leave the house without your pipe. Like you can't walk to the corner store or nothing. You know, every time I had to go to the store, I always had. Sometimes you got Dutchy or you had L's. You know, they'll make sure we good walking to the store.
Damn.
Cause you walk to the store, you get them right your ass. You never know, they might come out the alley. Anything. It was really war over there.
Yeah, yeah, because that's when
Like
the
a
gangways
lot
are
of people
all
might
open.
think. A lot of people might think it's sweet over there, but they ain't never been over there, so they don't know.
Damn, son. And I heard that you rap too, right now. You got a
Oh
little
yeah,
something?
yeah. I just started doing a little rapping.
Okay, okay. Let us know your name so we can you could type it in the comment thing too if you wanted to.
Lafayette Rizzle.
All
Lafayette
right,
Rizzle.
La Fa Rizzle up in here. So we're gonna search your music too. But I studied 63rd and St. Lawrence for a long time now, and it's like it reminds me of a section of Philadelphia called Kensington because it actually has an underpass as well that is kind of broken down and it's its signature look. And so it reminds me of that city in Philadelphia with the same type of crime, the same type of things going on. So, would you think that you're trying to escape that game right now, or are you trying to just traverse it? You know what I mean, and try to make things happen? You trying to do your rap
But
game
see, you can't
100%? That's what I mean.
you ain't gonna, you can't escape no game because no matter where you go, you can leave state. Somebody's still gonna get up with you no matter what. Like you can't run from nowhere.
No, no, you're right. You're right. And that's what I think a lot of times we're dying early because we get real. It brings a lot of anxiety problems. All this stuff brings heart problems and diabetes from being stressed out. You eating a lot of chocolate, a lot of candy, smoking a lot of cigarettes, and so man, these things just we may think that this is nothing. Like he was saying, you have to be careful just going to the store, y'all. Y'all heard him. Just to go to get a Dutch, you could have the opportunity to have your life taken. And this is why when you hear them talking about Swiper, like, oh, he was just a store runner and this, and that, Swiper will go to the store because these cats were scared to go to the store. They're not telling you that side of the story. You cats stay
Yeah, a lot of people be scared to walk to that store.
yeah, especially in St. Lawrence. You know what I mean? Like, come on, son. And a lot of places, even in Terrytown, in some sections of Terrytown. You know what I mean? And different areas. Like, you go to the store, you can get mistaken for somebody else and get your life taken. You know what I mean? So this is
Yeah,
why we're out here trying to do a lot of good things. Riz, we trying to do this. I'm trying to get some rec centers up and some youth centers, and for people like you. So instead of having to hustle up some money, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but just make an example. People out here trying to hustle, get money up, and to be able to throw that into the studio. You know what I'm saying? So what we're trying to do is build these things already, have them already functioning, and so the kids from 63rd and STL EBT from anywhere, 051. You know what I mean? And like I try to teach people, it doesn't have to all be in the same area that we could work um, little by little trying to get unity. I want to ask you this real quick. Do you think that there'll ever be unity in Chicago right now between these two, at
no,
least the two main blocks?
no, it won't never be that. No matter what, it'll never be that.
Yeah, Dutchy said the same thing. Like I'm trying to figure out why. I can't even say figure out because I have been in war areas overseas too. But man, it's understandable, Fizzle. Like it's like I try to tell people if somebody was to take my brother out, son, I probably even me trying to be all positive, I would have second thoughts of like, son, I kind of want to take you out. You know what I mean? So we're trying to block the root of that, of to stop the killing, so that the back and forth doesn't come like that. Because you said no, Dutchy got asked, he said no. I think even Billa was saying no. Like all of the top people that we need to say yes, yeah, we could do this. Let's get together and we can try to work something out. Unfortunately, right now it seems like everybody, just because of the reality of war, seems like it can't happen. But I have to take the stance that I think it may be possible, as long as we could just get a few kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yes.
to switch subjects, do you have any music on YouTube right now that we could peep out?
Yeah, I got like 3 songs on YouTube.
Word. Okay. Okay. So let's look those songs up, y'all, and put them in the comment box so we can see them, please.
I'm putting them in the chat.
You gonna put them on there? All right. Cool. Shout out to Tanisha Payton up in here. Man, 803 Ooch. I feel you, bro. I feel you. We're in a touchy time right now, bro. Just bear with us. Bear with us.
Yeah, I just dropped 2 of them in there.
All right, word.
One of them I got like 5K in 2 weeks. The other one I just dropped, so like 800 views.
Word. All right. So I wanna get back to your brother if we can, Bastro. Rest in peace. And I want us to, if you could tell us, how was his childhood before all of this? What was he doing on a day to day
Uh,
basis before the rap scene? Really?
yeah, every day because no, he was in the mountain. He was in Jeffrey Mountain, there, where I'm from. He was out there every day. He'd be at the court. He'd be at the court playing basketball, or they'd be running around shooting BB guns and paintball guns, or he'd be at the library or something.
Okay, okay. Because I heard he used to like to play Call of Duty too.
Yeah, they be playing a game at his best friend's house.
Yeah, he would master that game. I seen some stuff, and then he learned a lot of his gaming skills from Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it made him the warrior that he is. I believe it helped him at least. And those books, like I said, Sun Tzu, Art of War.
yeah. He just be reading books too, like gun books to
Yeah,
show you how to.
I know. So it's like once those books get into you, without a deep mentor, a lot of us can go crazy. You know what I mean? Because we'll start to see that, man, I'm more talented than this dude. I could really get over on him if I wanted to. Like, man, I'm more unique than these people out here. You start to think of yourself like that because you're gaining so much knowledge that you are, bro. You can really do people dirty. You know what I mean? And so I'm glad that he wasn't like that. Like he was really humble, bro. Even though that he was hard, you know what I'm saying? Like in his way where he was a protector, he was humble. I love that about him. So do
Yeah.
you see yourself giving him any of them traits as y'all were growing up? Did you influence him as well?
See, I can't. I did something. I did some shit I can't really say on here for him.
Yeah, that's cool.
That really started making him be who he was.
Yeah, and so someone 803 Ooch, he asked you a question on here. He said, "Do you have any crazy or real funny stories that you can share about Boss Cho?"
Man, I got one little funny story though. It was we was in Jeffrey Manor, and one day it was snowing real bad, like real bad, and the snow was so deep. The man he went to my granny house, grabbed his shovel, and snowed all the snow off the court. Right, and it's still snowing, so it's still coming down. So he never got a chance to get all the snow up. So he just keeps shoveling, trying to get the snow up.
Damn, son.
He was trying to learn how to hoop for the summer.
For real. Oh man, Tanisha, I'll ask him. He said, "What do you feel about the war in Chirac right now? And do you feel like any block? Let's just say that. Do you feel like that there's any block that you consider an op, so to speak? And not actually, I don't even. I'm not going to ask you that because if you answer that, it's no. Now we go with that one. But how do you feel about ops in general? Like people coming at you, and are there people trying to get at you right now because of your brother? We could say that. That's legal.
I was I'm gonna say like basically, all right. If they is trying to get at me, if they is trying to get at me for my brother, they never succeeded. I'm
Hmm.
25, so they still haven't done nothing. I ain't never been shot. So if they is, they need to try a little harder because ain't nothing happened to me.
All right, we have another question for you, Fizzle. It's what's the story on NGB Little Ron?
You say who?
That's what it says. NGB Little Ron.
Oh, NGB Liver, I don't know who that is.
All right, so cancel that one. Okay, so Tanisha saying that she just wanted to see what is your outlook right now on violence in Chicago. Sorry about that, Tanisha. Shout out to you.
The outlook.
Yeah, well, what is your outlook on how you see it's about to be?
I ain't glad it's getting worse and worse about a day because you still got shorties like 12 years old, 11. They trying to get their name, so they doing whatever they can to be somebody right now.
Definitely, definitely. But do you think any of that has to do with some of that beef from way back?
Yeah, that's what it is from
Uh,
different way back.
just trying to be clear. We just want to be clear. All right. So one more says, who are some of Boss Cho's closest friends out of all the SPL members?
You got Duck, Els, Young, Cole, and that's really it. That's his closest friends, and Dutch,
Right. And who?
Dutchy.
Dutchy? Yeah, we love that. I
Yeah,
love that. At least me, I love Dutchy. He got a good vibe to him. You know what I mean? I just want him to think bigger. You gotta think bigger, Dutchy, please. All right, we got a whole bunch of questions for you. Now it's coming. All right. Yeah, he did get ran over by 12. Rest in peace. And he does not have any unreleased music. Okay, someone asked about your parents. How are your parents doing? I'm sorry about that. I want to ask
uh,
about your parents as well.
our mother passed away, and I don't really know my pops like that. Our pops like that.
Okay, rest in peace to her. May Allah give her paradise. And may you be reunited with your dad in the best way, if it's possible.
Can you repeat that?
I was saying, may God give your mom paradise, and may you be reunited with your dad in the best way possible for you. That's my prayer for you. So they have another question: is it safe to be on STL right now?
I can't even say that because I wouldn't want nobody to go out there and then a random person to get shot. No.
Sure, sure. There's a lot of random stuff happening right now. Like a lot of the stuff y'all out here, it's not. A lot of it is not as organized as you think. You know what I'm saying? People do have some type of anger towards one another at times, but a lot of it comes out the blue. Like you could see somebody in the store out of nowhere, you're not even thinking about nothing at that time, and it's over. Yes, this is Boss Show's brother, and shout out to you tapping in from Brooklyn. We're asking about Boss's time in the STL, about him being a great military leader in America. That's how I look at him. Great military leader in America. That this is a real war going on in Chicago, which our government doesn't want to acknowledge. You know what I mean? So he's a real general, straight up. And so he held his own for his troop, straight up. That's how it is out here. And so that's why we're trying to end all that. But the understanding is there where people have to protect themselves. And that's all I'll say. Yeah. Shout out from the branch. Yeah, this is his brother. Y'all can ask any questions that you want right now. Definitely. And thank you for everybody watching right now. The likes are almost to the views, and that's what we want to see. Appreciate that. All right, so Fizzer, do you have any plans right now about getting into? Are you already in the studio?
Oh yeah. I'm already in the studio. I'm really trying to get my views out this year. Drop more songs.
Word. Would you ever think about coming down to Atlanta?
Now I ain't never had it. I never had it in mind, but I put it in my mind now. Though I think about it.
Yeah, think about that because down here there's a lot of stuff going on where there's more access to studios. It's safer for some of the leading members. You know what I mean? It's not like you're running from nothing. It's just you know what I mean. It's safer. And then what we try to do is we'll come back to Chicago and do initiatives like rec centers and youth centers and not have to live amongst having to look over your shoulder twitching all day. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to get people out of and get that bag up because you can make your own label, Rizzle, without even signing to anybody and get your own label. And even if you only doing 100,000, 200,000, you get all that dough. You know what I mean? So that's what we're trying. I'll hit up with you. Yeah. And so many people got questions. I got some private questions that I just got from you. Whereas they want to know what you did. You have any relationship with King Von? Did you have any relationship with like Herb or any of them when
Yeah,
y'all?
I went to school with King Von and her.
Okay, okay. So outside of school, did y'all have any relationship at all?
But with G Herbo and them, I got some people who real close with them though.
Okay, word. Yeah, G Herbo is one of the lyrically, he's one of the best in especially his South Side albums. Yeah, but I really appreciated the whole Jaro, STL, EBT, and FDG time, especially in the like 2009, 2010, when you had all y'all were just pumping. You know it's true. You know what I'm saying? You had everybody, Billy and Duck and Dutchy, and man, so many of them were popping. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it just makes me miss that time. You know what I mean? And then you have the current ones that they still you know what I mean? I think some of them get a little bit too much appreciation at times. You know what I mean? Because they're not all that, but they put in the work, and so we can't.
Yeah.
We can, it's kind of like Master P in a way that he ain't all that rapping, but he put in the work, so you kind of got to give it to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how it is. Yep, definitely. I think we have DJ Crank is about to come on here too. So let me see what's going on. We already answered about the parents, y'all. Rest in peace. They want to know what artist would you like to do a song with right now? Would you like to do a song with personally?
Who I would like to do a song with?
Yeah, if you could choose an artist, doesn't mean you have to. Maybe you don't want to do a song with nobody, but if you ever wanted to do a song with somebody, who would be that person?
Yeah, I ain't had that in mind, but I put be having on a song with THF Lil Twin.
True.
Some another rapper named FG Red.
Okay.
And someone else named Boss Solo. I hope you having on song with them pretty soon. Well, I actually got the song with Boss Solo. We just ain't dropped it yet.
Dang. Can you tell us? I got some more questions coming in. They want to know about. Is there ever a time that you and your brother were locked together, or were in, running away or anything like that from the law? It's hard for me to ask these questions because it's like these are open-ended question, y'all. And I mean, we understand that this is trenches news and stuff like that, but you have to ask questions that are not open-ended. So
Yeah, but
yes, so let us skip that one.
yeah, I think let me see.
Say
We
we
was locked in tight though. We was really locked in tight. So
cool.
basically, like, I know one time he finna have a fight with someone, and somebody was telling me don't jump in, but they knew I was gonna jump in because it's my blood brother.
Mm,
So the fight ain't even happened because they already knew what was gonna happen.
true, true. And someone asked, why do you think, or what caused the people to violate each other between the gangs? Like, what caused the first beefs, if you can remember?
The first beef, man, it all started from fights. So people got tired getting beat up. Then they had to go grab their guns, and that's when the shooting and everything became.
Where someone else just asked, what was it like in 6347?
Yeah, that was that was our old crib. That's where everybody came to. Everybody. It was so much fun over there.
Yeah, can you tell us some of the stuff that you used to do over there?
I mean, we used to play Call of Duty all day. We just go in the backyard, play basketball. It was fun over there.
Word. This looks violation. I think they wanted to ask. We kind of talked about that already, but between y'all blocks, do you think again was it money, or was folks just starting to become people were drilling each other?
You say was they losing money?
No, meaning like how say if you have a group of kids on the block, right, and y'all are
Yeah.
playing basketball, and so y'all are kind of in the way in a way because they'll need to be patrols, there'll need to be things. So was there any beef because of things like this that y'all just being around?
No, I ain't gonna. No, not really.
Okay. Do you have any favorite moments with Duck or with Mama Duck? Either
You say
one.
with
With
you
Duck.
say with Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just been in my crib on 47. We be looking at these rap battles. You know, Helm, Dusty, Young, sometimes Trail, Cole. They just be out there rap battling, just having fun.
Word. Because I think about it, being young, like I say, being young in Chicago, it's the real hood. It's like a war zone, y'all. And being so young, 13, 14, 15, having to be strapped. Fizzle knows, having to be strapped. having, yeah. I mean, like for me, I'll give you an example of me, Fizzle. If I, can you hear me? I can't hear him.
Yeah, you hear me?
I can hear you now. All right, can I ask you? I'll ask you a personal question for, as a Latino to a black. Like me, if I go to certain areas in Chicago and different places, just because I'm a Latino, I could get rolled on. Do you feel like that in certain sections of the Latino area in Chicago?
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest. Like where I'm from in Jefferson Mountain, you won't be able to come from where I'm at on my side. You won't be
That's
able
what
to
I'm
come on my
saying.
side.
That's what I'm saying. And so that this is some of the walls that we're trying to break down, because I've done it in other cities. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's a shame like that because we're pretty much cousins. You know what I mean?
yeah.
In reality, so
It's just the Latinos. It's just they think every black is one gang, so they get on that.
yeah, it's propaganda because the if you didn't know this, the Latino news station is worse than Fox, way worse. And it's like they just do all types of misinformation amongst like what is a negro, which they call it, and a boricua, dominicano, or just Hispanic, or what they call Latino in general. And so it's like we don't know each other anymore, and we segregated. You know what I mean? And so we
Yeah.
continually are bumping heads, man. So I hope it stops. Did y'all? Let me ask this: did STO in that area, did they ever get in beef early with any Latino gangs that you can remember?
Oh no, it was no beef, no Latino gangs.
Yeah, it was straight. That's what I'm saying. We do the same thing. We just roll on each other. It's like Latino on Latino crime, black on black crime. And I think that is also over dramatized because it's who you live around. Because you know what I'm saying? Like if you lived around a bunch of white boys, then these cats are gonna get taken out. You know what I mean? But since the economics are the way they are, you know what I'm saying? We kind of drill or take out who's around us. You know what I mean? And so it's unfortunate, but it's the reality.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, I know how it is, Kazu Kazu. And the thing is, it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it would be like the same thing when there was redlining back in the days. Like when the whites came into the cities, at first they wanted all of the burbs. And so what they did is they redlined us and they gave them all the big houses in the burbs and they left us in the hood and in the projects. And so if a black or Latino was to go into that burbs now, same thing, you get taken out quick. You see what I'm saying? So we're adopting these white people's like mannerisms straight up and using it against our own people. Straight up, it's foul. It's foul. We shouldn't be like that at all.
yeah.
Um, let me see. I'm getting some more questions for you. Another person says, "Are there any female artists you ever work with?"
Nah, ain't no female artists I want to work with.
Okay. Do you like any of the female shorties, like Lady SK, let's say?
Nah, I don't listen to no female artists.
Hmm. Why would you not listen to him? Just if I'm curious.
Nah, it's just I never had the attention to listen to one.
Yeah, I guess. Like I said, it's a male-dominated world. It's a war zone, y'all. So don't take that the wrong way at all. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
All right, Queen. Okay, cool. Someone just posted. They used to call your mom the Queen. Rest in peace. What is your best memory of her?
My best memory.
Yeah, please.
I'm trying to see. I I ain't gonna say I can't say my best memories, but I can say she was crazy though. When she first got her tattoos on her neck, RPBT, all that BDK stuff all on her face. She walks through O Block, went in they restaurants, walking on they stuff, doing all that. So she was a little crazy.
Wow. Because I remember seeing some. I heard a story before where, and these are touchy things. This is why sometimes it's hard for me to express myself on this type of platform. Um, because I remember she had gotten a tattoo, and then someone had come into the restaurant trying to get wild on her and stuff like that. You remember this?
Yeah, Big A.
Yeah, Big A tried to get wild and these different people. And so, is it still for any of your family members? Is it still like that?
Nah, it ain't like that.
Yeah. So let me ask you this then: if you was to go around and just go to the store like you're saying, do you think that they would try to take you out?
Yeah, they will try, but every time I ran, I ran with three other people in my account with me.
Now I'm gonna ask you a harder question: do you think that any people that used to be friends of yours may try to do the same thing?
Yeah, I had that type of incident before. Somebody I was cool with
Yeah,
tried to do something, and they ain't go how I thought it was.
yeah, they try to backdoor you. That's pretty much what I'm trying to ask you. If
Yeah,
people out there trying to backdoor you,
yeah,
um, man, bro. So that's what I'm saying, bro. We're gonna have to link up, and because it's not fair, bro. It's not fair for you to be in that situation. And I know you're your own man. I'm my own man. Swiper's his own man. But sometimes we're like, I look at it like there's a bunch of shining stars all around the country, and sometimes some of us are isolated and we can't get up with each other, and so we're kind of just shining on our own. You know what I mean? So we're trying to get each other together. We got to, bro, and help each other to the best of our ability. All right. He said, "How do you feel about your brother being such a huge figure in the drill community? He's basically a legend." You're right. Shout out to 803 Ooch, bro. You got, thank you, bro.
yeah.
So, yeah,
You say, how do I feel?
yeah. How do you feel about him being world known? He's world known. Yeah,
Yeah, I ain't gonna say I feel great about it because all the things he did, but he did what he did. I can't really say too much about it.
true.
Yeah,
I look at it, Fizzle, if I can, real quick. Look at it like this, right? If you was a person that you had parents that were like backpackers and they moved up into the mountains and they were around nature, they were around wild animals, and so these animals were around the kid is going to take on the attributes of that which is around it, the wild parents, the wild atmosphere, and even the pets. Like we got pit bulls, we got aggressive things around us, you know what I mean? And so
yeah,
I think that affects us a lot in our mentality, that everything around us is aggressive. So even someone like Trell, that he's a genius, straight up, he's a genius, right? That chose to live the street life
yeah,
because he saw that he was the one that needed to protect his people. And how I can't understand how people think that that's negative. I can understand if you try to say, "Oh, but they shouldn't. The whole drill culture shouldn't be." Yeah, but y'all don't know what is happening to lead up to these situations. You know what I mean? And so I remember one story I heard about Tro, where he got so good at playing laser tag that he would be out there and he could hit a target in the gaming entertainment place from like, son, hundreds of yards away. This is how genius this man was, right? And to say, "Oh, how is he a genius? Because he could shoot." There's a lot more that goes to a lifestyle than a person just being able to just be wild. Bro.
oh
Believe it
yeah,
takes
he,
strength.
he had he had
You know what I
great
mean?
aim.
Great aim, marksman. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like he's the man. I love him. May Allah bless your whole family for real. You got one more? You have another question here. Have you ever seen any of your ops lately? And when you've seen them, what was your reaction?
Yeah, I seen one. I seen one so recently. It was I ain't gonna say I seen them, but somebody seen me because they shot my cover. They shot my cover 23 times.
What? Damn, son.
Yeah,
All right,
they
so
shot the whole
now I
time.
gotta ask
Shot my
you
cover.
that. doesn't that make you want to do the same thing? And obviously, we're not going to say if you will or not, but doesn't that at times, like even from an emotional standpoint, a cat hit your car 23 times, and what am I supposed to just turn like this? It
Yeah,
doesn't make sense.
it had me thinking. I wanted to get my lick back, but you just can't do it because you don't know who it was.
Exactly, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Even though I'm trying to teach everybody that even though we want to get our lick back, it's not worth it, y'all. It's not worth it. It's not worth it
Yeah, then
because you can get caught up in that one moment, and you're gone. Sorry for
yeah,
cutting you off.
yeah. Then you ain't trying to hit no innocent. Somebody who had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Tanisha has another one where she said that this is true, but they have another generation coming up right behind them, and unfortunately, in America, that's a fact. You know what I mean? And so that's why we're going for the youth, Tanisha, like the rec centers and the youth centers, because some of the 30, 20, 30 year olds are unfortunately lost causes right now. You know what I mean? At least outwardly. But the kids are not. The kids are not. As long as they have, it's proven statistically, as long as they have places to go to where they cannot be bored, like you just throw them in a room, here, do this, nah. But you play ping pong, and pool, PlayStation, indoors and stuff like that, swimming, they're not going to be drilling each other. They won't. There'll be a small percentage of them that will, because the industry is pushing the culture so hard. You know what I mean? That's why. You got another question that says, why do you think that everybody can't get along in Chicago?
Everybody can't get along from Chicago because some just say just like have my brother got killed. So I will never be able to get along with that side because the dude from their side killed my brother. So if I see him, never know I might want my retaliation.
Mm. Yeah, it's a tough situation, bro. I'm sorry that you're in that situation for real. And this is the place that we talk about it, but you still have to be sensitive. You know what I mean? This is a person that he lost his brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we gotta talk about it respectfully, y'all. In these comments, stop being crazy, please. Definitely. Yeah. Can we support you anywhere? Can you throw up your Cash App or your Venmo, your PayPal, or anything that you have where we can support you real quick?
Yeah, I got cash out.
Okay, so throw it in the comments if you can, and we'll put that up there for you.
All right. I'm throwing the comments.
Definitely. Too many kids are dying in Chicago. We know that definitely. Shout out to Ja8. Thank you for the question. Yeah, Kazu Kazu, bro. This is man, this world is wild. This world is wild. When you have people like the Island Boys making millions of dollars, and my boy here is just like trying to come up, and son, it's not fair. It's not a
Yeah.
fair world we live in. It's not a fair world we live in, Rizzle, at all. But we gonna get through it. And please, his Instagram, we'll put that up for y'all. Um, definitely. Can you ask his take on Duck's death? I don't know. It's up to him. What do you think about? Do you have a take on Duck's death?
Yeah, when I seen it, when I first seen it, I'm thinking it's not. I'm thinking he probably got shot in the leg or something. I'm hurt, but I'm like, it's gonna get over because he ain't dead nothing. Everybody can say he was good. So I think like an hour later, from me talking to my cousin Will, his brother, they
Mm,
told me he was gone. I was hurt for a few days because I just had my daughter too. So
mm.
I was really hurt, but then I was glad I had my daughter too. So it was really really messed up.
Damn.
I listen
So
to all his music every day. That's one person I really listen to.
that's what's up. So were you around that time when a certain block came and rolled up on 63rd and they was bussing and Swiper had to kind of protect everybody too? Were you around?
Yeah,
Do
I
you
was
know?
out
Do you
there
know what
that
I'm
day.
talking about?
Yeah, when they pulled it up and he had to protect everybody before back and stuff. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, yeah. So those moments like that, like what's going through your
Swipe.
mind? If you could explain it to them, what was it? as somebody who experienced that, and Swiper and I have experienced it too. What goes through your mind that you could talk about in a situation like that? You know what I mean?
I
Like,
know
is it a
when
survival
shots get to
tactic?
fire, people shooting you.
No, I know what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah. Because when people get to shoot, you don't. Hello.
I'm listening.
Yeah. No, when they get to shooting, you don't know what's gonna happen. So you don't know. Do you want to duck or just run straight or just fall on the floor? You don't never know because you might want to fall on the floor and they might just want to run up on you. So you got so many thoughts in your head, like, man, I just hope I'm gonna get hit by this bullet. And you really don't
Yeah.
know what to do.
Son, we used to have a car. I'm gonna give you a hint. We used to have a car that we would just
Yeah.
keep on the block, and it would have tinted windows. So if anybody was rolling on the block, we would already see them ahead of time because we had like a little camera or whatever. We would see them ahead of time coming down the block, jump in the whip, and if they came by, kang, kang, allegedly, you know what I mean? And so
Yeah,
that's the type of stuff
yeah,
that
I
I
know.
was
Like,
talking about. Like there has to be a strategy in warfare, and we don't
I,
advertising. You know what I mean, but it's stuff like that. Have you been through that? Like
yeah,
you,
I've been stuff like that. I've been like something about like just, I'm just saying something how the manor is, how the manor how we set up is that it might be a house on a corner and a house in the middle and a house on the next corner. So basically, if somebody try to pull up and shoot, you really ain't got nowhere to go
exactly.
because soon as shots get the fire, you got everybody coming out each house now.
And these are the things that kids need to learn. That's what I'm saying. If this government does not want to help us, and if these community leaders do not want to help us, then they have to be able to protect themselves. And I will say it to the end of the earth. And I'm a community leader. Son, the kids cannot be left for dead in the middle of 63rd St. Lawrence EBT gyro up in Wick in the O. And y'all think that it's just going to be peaceful because you like to lecture. Son, we have to put money into these communities, yo. Please. We're
Yeah,
going to keep asking questions, though.
just like G Herbo, he came by the school. No, he brought a little youth center.
That's what I'm saying. Jada does it in New York, too, and in different cities. They buy up the block. They buy up the block. So do you think that O Block is dead now that Von passed away? You think so?
Yeah, yeah, it's over with for old block. They trying to get some new shorties, but it ain't gonna work.
They ain't gonna
It's
work.
over with.
Yeah, I don't think that their top artists right now are kicking enough for them to continue the way they were. Definitely, I appreciate that real answer. Yeah, we talked about the carjacking. We talked about. Oh yeah, good question. Straight up, was Bostro really planning on leaving Chicago before um, he
I
unfortunately his passing?
Yeah, he's planning on going to Iowa with his best friend with Els.
So what did you ever meet his best friend?
Oh yeah, I still talk to Els every day.
Yeah, yeah. Can you tell us about him?
I man,
Not about him, but like some characteristics about him, like how him and Tro were together.
but they was real close. Everything he did with him. They every day you see them, they together.
Where?
Ain't like he one person who still called my granny, check on her, and if she needs something, give it to her and stuff like that. So he only one person really.
Cool. Now I can ask a real question since you said that. I'll take the heat for this one. What do you think about people like Cash? And I'm sorry, I have to name him by name. That he made so much money after Duck's death, and maybe even along the process, but he hasn't taken care of Mama Duck. He's not taking care of her straight up. Well, can you tell us how you truthfully feel about that? I
How
know it's a
truthfully
hard.
feel about that? I'm gonna be honest. That no, I know when FBG first started, so I know like who was paying for the studio, hotels, and everything. So, cause Cash and Daddy was paying for everything. So from Cash not giving her no money, that's really that ain't. What do we gotta get some money for if he not getting paid for Duck music? He not the one getting paid. So they get mad at Cash because Cash not trying to up the money he get on his music to them. Like he ain't got to up nothing. That's what he is.
True.
Everybody
True.
trying to talk about Cash and downgrade him because he got so much money. Is that He been had money even before Duck passed away. People didn't know that.
No, definitely. We know about that. The thing that I'm saying, like, even if you're right, let's say that you are right, because you are right in a way. There's different perspectives. If you had a best friend